In this video, we'll look at how we would mark or grade student work in the new Echo. I thought a good idea might be to just go through the old way, just to draw an analogy to the old way and the new way of marking work. So we used to go to our task, and we'd click on it, and we'd wait, and go to work and assessment, and we'd have all the students sort of listed in our course that we could click on, grade, and make comments. Okay, so the new way's changed slightly on how we do that. So I'll just go into a course that I've made, and if I go to a task, so for example this essay submission, I can't, from this perspective, start marking student work. There's no option to do that. So we have to do it slightly differently. The way to do it is to go to there's two ways. The easier way is, which is what I'll cover in this video, is to go to our gradebook. Okay, and this gives a dashboard of the activities submitted and complete and marked. You can go by student or activity. It's probably easier and better to go by activity, so we can mark a task by an activity rather than from what the student's done overall. And I wanted to mark the essay submission. So all these have come from my Echo course, and these are accessible or gradable tasks. So what I mean by that is, I'll just quickly switch back here. If I go and try to create a task, all the tasks on this side are the accessible gradable ones, whereas on this side they're the sort of resource static resources that people can add and students can access. So we'll go back to where I was, to the gradebook, to mark that assessment task, activities. Okay, I wanted to mark that essay submission. Okay, and now it gives me that list of students that we saw sort of the old way, that list of students from our course, and it gives me a status of who's done what. So at the moment, all my students haven't done much except for Jackie. She's submitted something. That's what that icon indicates, that she's completed the task and it needs grading. So I'll click on that. Okay, and this sort of looks slightly similar to the old way. So we've got the space up here to put our mark in. So I've asked them to do a essay, and Jackie submitted a podcast planning worksheet. Okay, so not very good marks for that. And I can also give feedback. So recheck your submission, wrong task. Okay, and we're putting our formative feedback in there just in the same way we used to do it. So clicking on a student and clicking adding that comment in there. It gives us a few more options this time. For example, we can allow a retry now, which is really helpful, especially when a student does a mistake like this, so they can retry. It's not just locked off like it sometimes was before. We can override the complete, so mark it as complete even though they might not have a submission here that they've submitted elsewhere. Excuse the task. Okay, we can add a bit more formatting to our feedback, which might be helpful, and we can see here is actually multimedia feedback, which again, a different way to add feedback rather than just typing text in. So there's lots of opportunity there. You can set our own template feedbacks. Templates for feedback. Okay, we can return an attachment to the student, so we might have feedback in a document that we might want to return, and add our own comments to the task that the student can't see. So for example, teachers might be team teachers might be teaching a course together. We want to share some notes about the task, the submission, things like this student was excused for health reasons or whatever it is. We can add that there. The student won't be able to see that. So once I'm happy with that, so I can save it or submit. So I'll just submit that score and just wait for it to load. And what will happen is submit the score. Okay, it's automatically moved on to my next student in the course. Okay, they haven't submitted things, so I'm just going to go back, and now we can see that snapshot of Jackie getting 20% there. You can do some analytics as well of the task, and which is helpful as well. Can't do much now because there's not many student data to look at, but that option's there as well. So what I've just gone through can be applied to any accessible activity, okay? And it's just the new way of marking tasks compared to the old way, which is it's pretty similar in terms of adding the mark and adding feedback, but just a different way to get there by going through the grade book and then going through by task. And that's it. Thank you.